Sunday, barbecue's on the go. I made a mistake today because I just put the one lump of wood in and I'm just letting it. I'm going to cook the chicken a bit slower today, just to try and keep some of that juiciness before we put the rice and the liquid and everything in. Free range chicken today rather than the normal chicken that we usually get, and it's not necessarily just thighs today either. And I know what you'll say, yes, it's not a real paella because it's not a Valenciana paella, because it's not got rabbit in it, it's not got thighs, it's not got pork, it's not got beans, and yeah, everything that's in the original. So it's just a rice dish. Don't get too excited about it. It's just a roast dish. But there is no better way to spend a day than sitting on the terrace and cooking some rice, authentic cooking the way that the Spanish do. What do you have for Sunday dinner? I know that a lot of people like their Sunday roast. Do you still have a Sunday roast when it's hot? I mean, we're eating a lot of fish. Friday is genuinely the day that we go out, and we've started going along to Torres Costa because they've got some fantastic beach bars, and we got a fish between the two of us.
Oh my god, that looks so good. Oh, those chips are boiling.
What a life. Friday afternoon, down the beach, down along at Torres Costa, because they do have the most amazing beach bars here. And Karen, using her knife skills that she's amassed over the years.
Well, I wouldn't call them
Of yeah, it's definitely, you can debone a fish like nobody's business. And then the great thing about it is, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's just, what a way to live your life. Whole fish for €27 for the two of us. That was our dinner, and it was huge. And you're like, how can they do that? And I was asking some people online yesterday what is the price for fish and chips back home, and I was amazed to find that for 2 pieces of fish, you remember you used to get a fish supper, and it would be about $4.50 or something, and you got 2 pieces of fish and your chips for about $4.50. Now it could be anything from £10 for a single bit of fish, but then anything up to between £10 and £15 for 2 bits of fish. People have been asking what is the recipe for my paella. Basically, it's just chicken. You make sure that the chicken's got a nice bit of colour on it, nice bit of golden brown, and then I use this paprika, pimiento, pepper, and then I sometimes get one of these. Rather than getting saffron, I just want to use one of these little things which kind of has it all mixed in for you. You can get saffron and then add it into the water that you're going to use. You can boil it up and then, yeah, but I find that it's just the easiest way possible. The good thing is that this lunch doesn't cost you a lot of money. When you go and you get a paella at a restaurant, it costs you like 20 odd quid, 30 quid a head. And it's crazy. I've never understood why paella why it's so expensive in restaurants when it's cheap food. You know, the rice costs buttons and doesn't even buttons, like cents, isn't it? But anyway, is what it is. Tell me what you have in the comments for your Sunday lunch, and what is your favourite Sunday lunch? What would mine be? I think we all know that now, don't we? Yep, I think we all know that it is. I'm fully engrossed in Spanish food. Nah, that's a lot better, isn't it? Look at that, nice colour on the chicken. You always measure out your rice. I've started putting in less rice because I was putting in around about 200 grams, but that was enough for about 4 people. And then I use this as a stock. You can just use water. When you see them doing the big paellas, they just use water. But I like a nice flavour to it, and I use this stock that you get out of deer. And then once you've added the stock in, just get the rice all over, and then give it a good mix about, and then don't touch it. Do not touch it. Got the rice under the liquid, and then you just leave it. It seems like there's not as much chicken as what I usually put in. I'm only putting half the chicken I normally use, but we'll see how it turns out today. The final touch, when it's at that point, is to put the peppers in just individually round so that they soak up all the liquid as well. And then you leave it. reckon that'll be about another 10 minutes and that'll be perfect. Now a little trick I have is I take those bits of wood out and I stick them under this tap, because we have a tap, and it stops them burning anymore, and it means you can use them later. There's a bit of smoke. Whilst waiting for another minute or so just for that. Look at that. How good is that? Paella and see. That's how you cook a cheeky wee rice dish on a Sunday afternoon in Spain. The best bit is there's a cheeky wee bit left for me later on.